guys how to calculate the inelastic demand and elastic demand. Now, based on the question 1, we take a look at the total of quantity 1 and quantity 2 and the price 1 and the price 2. We take a look and we find the change between the quantity and the price. And then we'll multiply and we get the answers. And the answer is 0.5 for the inelastic demand. And for the elastic demands, we use the same formula and we change the quantity. That means the quantity 1 for elastic demand is 50 and the quantity 2 for elastic demand is 120. So we use the same formula to get the answer, and which is we get the answer is 5.6. And so how to get the revenue? We use the formula that's price times quantity. For example, I take 20 times 80, so we get 1,600. Okay. Based on the revenue, we can see that the first product was charged $20 because it will generate the highest maximum revenue, which is $1,600, while the second product was charged $15 because it will generate the highest maximum revenue, which is $1,800.
Based on the value of income elasticity, what type of good are good X and good Y? Good X is defined as luxury goods based on the value of income elasticity. For example, luxury automobiles, bungalow houses, and jewelry. In economics, a luxury good is one for which demand grows faster than the corresponding increase in income, resulting in higher expenditure on the good as a percentage of overall spending. In contrast to necessity item, where demand grows at a slower rate than income, luxury good demand grows at a faster rate. Good Y, on the other hand, is normal good. For example, clothing, a table, and a bicycle. A normal good is a sort of good that receives a rise in demand because of an increase in income in economy. When a person's income improves because of wage increase, good demand rise because of the wage increase is referred to as a normal good. If you work as an advisor for firm A and firm B, when income of consumer increase during economic boom, what is the best advice you should give to the firm owner for good X and good Y as to what to do with the volume of production? Should the firm raise their volume even more or just a little? Why? Economic growth is defined as an increase or improvement in the inflation adjusted market value of an economy's goods and services through time. Statisticians commonly use the percent rate of rise in real gross domestic product or real GDP to measure such growth. During an economic boom, business owners should boost their output volume even more for good X and good Y. This is due to the variables such as rapid economic growth, low unemployment, and increased asset price, all of which can result in increased earning for the business owner. Boom typically indicate that the economy has overheated, leading to a positive production gap and inflationary pressures. During an economic boom, sales will almost certainly increase and the business owner will be able to boost the demand for the product supplied. Lastly, during an economic boom, consumer income rises rapidly, resulting in increased expenditure on product. This should be viewed as an opportunity for the business owner to improve sales demand. And to conclude, business owners should increase their output volume even more as a result of rapid economic expansion, which leads to higher asset price and profit, more sales, and increased consumer spending on goods.
Okay, so now let's go to question 3. Okay, so as we can see, drone and UAV camera is a complementary product. So this is mean that they both are frequently buy together. Example of another complementary product is such as pen and ink. They both must be together or else both won't really will function well. Okay, so in this case, we can see that the drone price has fall. So according to the law of demand, when the price fall, the demand will increase. So the demand of the drone will increase. So when the demand of the drone will increase, since UAV camera are the complementary product with the drone, So the demand of the UAV camera will also increase. So so the UAV camera maker can take advantage of the situation by making more UAV cameras and make them more quality, make more quality camera and so on. So they can also charge a higher price so that they will get more profit from the sales.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I'm going to present to you about the importance of price elasticity of supply for manufacturing sectors and agricultural sectors. But before I start with the presentation, I will state the definition of manufacturing sectors and the agricultural factors. Okay, manufacturing sectors is a production of goods with the help of labors, chemical, machine and others. It is secondary sector of the economy. For the agricultural sectors, it's a deliberate demonstration of plants and animals, and it is associated with the primary sector of the economy. Okay, without wasting any time, I'm going to tell you the importance of price elasticity of supply. Okay, as you can see at the slide, the first point that I've stated there is it play a big role for the manufacturer and agriculture to determine the quantity that need to produce for the consumer in order to avoid surplus or shortage. With the help of price elasticity of supply, it will be easier for the manufacturer and agriculturer to know how much that they need to produce for the consumer, because with the help of this price elasticity of supply, it will able to avoid surplus and shortage. So it means that with the existence of price elasticity of supply, it will be stable. It will stabilize the product. It will stabilize for the manufacturer and agriculturer, and the consumer also is going to gain profit from the price elasticity of supply, because they will not going to have any shortage of goods from the manufacturer and agriculturer. So it will have equal situation for the consumer. Okay, for the next point, it is easier for both parties to determine the number of workers needed during the process of manufacturing and agriculture. Okay, the second point that I have stated at the slide is more focusing on the advantage that have been produced is more focusing on manufacturing sectors and agricultural sectors, which is the usage labors that needed for the manufacturer and agriculturer during the process of producing goods for the consumer already have been numbers according to the price elasticity of supply. Because if the price elasticity of supply have stated that they're going to produce a lot of goods for the consumer, so the manufacturer and agriculturer automatically going to need a big amount of labors for processing the goods for the consumer. So it will be easier for them to know how much labors that they need in processing the goods. For the third point that I've stated at the slide is the existence of price elasticity of supply give advantage to the manufacturer and agriculturer to determine the profit or loss of the business. Okay, with the help of price elasticity of supply, as you can see that based on the law of supply and demand, it is very convenient for the manufacturer and agriculturer to determine how much profit, how much goods that they're going to produce for the consumer. So it will be easier for them to know the profit or loss that they're going to gain during the process of the business. Okay, for my last point is price elasticity is the measuring point of changes for the increase or decrease price of the product. With the help of price elasticity of supply, it will easier for manufacturer and agriculturer to determine how much the price that they can increase or decrease during the process of selling their products to the consumer, that will it not give negative effect to them. That's all from me.
今天看齐，墙上写着“秦香莲的32岁了，撞个当朝，驸马郎的旗帜王啊，满皇上的徽，2岁了，撞个当朝。”